Have you ever been frustrated? I'm Christy Birchfield, and today we are reading through Daniel. We're in chapter 6, and I gotta tell you, I've been frustrated. I heard one time a person define frustration as that's the realization that there's no one to blame but yourself. When you find yourself in a situation that you don't like, but that you caused, that can be tremendously frustrating, and that is exactly where the king in this chapter found himself. The king liked Daniel. The king considered Daniel his most trusted advisor. The king was planning to promote Daniel. And now the king finds himself as the probable cause of Daniel's destruction. The king realizes he's been deceived by his other advisors who were operating out of jealousy. The king spends all day trying to figure out a way to get himself and Daniel out of the situation that he's brought on himself. The king made the rule, and he can't find any way to back out of that rule. He knows that it was truly just a setup by these people to get rid of Daniel after spending all day trying to work out a solution on his own. He can't. He has to follow his own rule. So we see here in Daniel chapter 6, looking all the way at verses 14 through 16, but verse 16 says, "So the king gave the order, and they brought Daniel and threw him into the lion's den. The king said to Daniel, 'May your God, whom you serve continually, rescue you.'" The king here praying to Daniel's God that Daniel's God would save him. When we experience frustration, the only solution is to turn to God. We can't fix our situations, and in fact, most of the time, we're the reason and the cause for the situation we're in the first place. The king was forced to realize that there is someone greater than him, and he needed his help. The king, who would typically have been seen as most powerful, was relegated to having to ask for help because he recognized that only God was going to be able to resolve the situation that they found themselves in. When we're frustrated, do we come back to God? When we face challenging situations, do we come to God? When we don't see a way out, do we come to God? Daniel had made it a practice to come to God for everything. And now the king finds himself doing the exact same thing. Don't waste time being frustrated. Instead, bring the situations to God and seek his solution. Fascinating stories. We watch this unfold piece by piece. You can click on the link in the description below for the playlist to go back and check out the sessions from days prior to make sure you're following up and keeping up. And then be sure to subscribe so you don't miss any sessions going forward. We'll see you tomorrow.